Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff, Los Angeles, part of the congressman's home district. Representative, good to see you. In light of yesterday's shooting, do you think that the TSA officers, that they should be armed?
I really don't think so. This is one of three terrible incidents we've had in Los Angeles. You might recall we had a terrible shooting at Santa Monica College. We then had somebody drive a vehicle on the Venice boardwalk and try to hit people, and now we have a shooter at the airport. We simply don't have the capacity to arm everyone where one of these episodes of gun violence takes place. The police at the airport responded very promptly, and going through the training and arming of potentially tens of thousands of TSA agents, I just don't think that's the course that we want to take.
I want to switch gears here. You sit on the House Intelligence Committee. You wrote an op-ed in the LA Times. In that article on Thursday, you called for changes to be made to the NSA's massive phone data gathering program, and you challenged its effectiveness. You say this: the evidence that it has made us safer is limited. Instead, it appears that the utility of the metadata program has been conflated with the success of other collection efforts. How do you determine how much surveillance then is too much?
Well, I think we have to, weigh what is the size of the program, what is the magnitude of the collection, and what are the results it's getting. And even more than that, even if it met that test, even if the metadata program was very successful, we also have to ask, is it necessary to collect all this data, or can the program be restructured? And in my view, the program can be restructured in a way that has the telecommunications providers retain their own data. It doesn't require the government to get all that data. And when we suspect that a phone number is connected to a plot, then we go to the phone company, much as we would do in a criminal investigation. So I think we can get the same information we need. We can continue to protect the country. We can continue to use whatever successes we've been able to derive from the metadata program without the necessity of gaining and gathering all of this data.
A part of this discussion is the source of many of these NSA disclosures, Edward Snowden. He's appealing to Washington to stop treating him like a traitor. He made the appeal in a letter that he gave to a German politician who visited him in Moscow. What do you think of Snowden's request here?
Well, look, I think we've had a very important debate that's been kindled by these leaks, but I have little sympathy for Mr. Snowden. He's done enormous damage to the country. And, if he were a man of conscience, as he claims to be, then like others before him, he would have, in a civil, disobedient way, faced the music here at home. But he wasn't willing to do that, instead fleeing to these authoritarian regimes that care nothing about privacy. And, part of what he is doing, I think, is really designed more to inflict damage on the United States than to make a cause out of privacy.
Part of that here, Representative Snowden offering to testify in Germany about American eavesdropping methods. If he does decide to do that, if Germany does grant asylum there, what would you do to stop that?
Well, I hope Germany won't make that decision, and Germany understands, just as we do, that we can't have people working within our intelligence community or people working within theirs decide unilaterally, I don't like this policy, and therefore I'm going to ignore it and I'm going to leak classified information. I think the German government understands that quite well. If Germany wants to interview Snowden, they can go to Russia to interview them. It appears that some of the parliamentarians already have done that. But I would hope that Germany wouldn't take that step.
Okay, Congressman Adam Schiff, as always, thank you so much for your time today.
You bet. Thank you.